Stop paying your monthly AI subscription right now. You're literally throwing money away. Apple just fundamentally changed the entire calculation for running local AI with the Mac Mini M4 Pro, but they also did something incredibly sneaky with the pricing that nobody is talking about. And if the latest leaks coming out of Cupertino are true, buying the wrong machine today means you're going to get absolutely crushed by what is dropping in just a few months. Seriously, Apple's internal roadmap has completely leaked, and it changes everything you thought you knew about Apple Silicon. Last time, we looked at a $2,000 AMD Strix Halo box and proved you could kill your chat subscriptions by running models entirely locally. You own the inference, and nothing you type ever leaves your daily driver. But the biggest question I got was from people already locked into the Apple ecosystem, asking how the Mac Mini handles that exact same workflow. Apple has been talking a very big game about their silicon being purpose-built for AI, but when you look closely at the receipts, the story gets wild fast. Let's start with the reality of what you are actually buying today. If you want to do serious local AI work, you're looking at the Mac Mini M4 Pro with 48 gigabytes of unified memory, which will set you back around $2,300. But here's the number you need to write down, because almost every review I've seen gets this totally wrong. The figure you see quoted everywhere online is 550 gigabytes per second of memory bandwidth. That number is a lie for this specific machine. That 546 gigabytes per second figure actually belongs to the M4 Max. The M4 Pro inside the Mac Mini delivers exactly half of that, hitting 273 gigabytes per second. If someone benchmarks a Mac Mini and cites the higher number, they either have the wrong chip or the wrong box on their desk. But where Apple completely obliterates the competition is power efficiency. Under a heavy local inference load, the Mac Mini pulls between 30 and 65 watts. For comparison, an RTX tower doing the exact same workload draws up to 800 watts. You can leave the Mac Mini running an agentic workflow overnight, handling tool calls and writing databases, and it costs you basically nothing in electricity. It refuses to thermal throttle. It just sits there, completely silent. That is the magic of seamless integration. So, what actually runs on this thing? On that 48 gigabyte configuration, 7 to 8 billion parameter models fly at 20 to 30 tokens per second. It is snappy and genuinely useful. Even 32 billion parameter dense models are workable at 12 to 18 tokens per second. But hit the 70 billion parameter wall, and you drop to a painful 3 to 5 tokens per second. It honestly feels like watching paint dry. And if you want to run massive 120 billion parameter models, you simply cannot do it here. You need at least 60 gigabytes of unified memory just to load them up, meaning you have to look at the M4 Max or go back to that AMD box. But right when M4 Pro started looking like the ultimate silent AI server, Apple did something that drove everyone crazy. On June 25th, they quietly hiked the price of every M4 Pro configuration by $200 and completely killed the 64 gigabyte memory option. Gone. If you wanted it, tough luck. You were paying the Apple tax, and it hurts. Tim Cook called it a 100-year flood in DRAM supply. And honestly, the supply chain chatter backs him up. My sources match what Ming-Chi Kuo has been hinting at regarding TSMC 3 nanometers yields and memory packaging costs. Even Ross Young noted display and component constraints across the board. The LEC recently reported that unified memory packaging costs are skyrocketing, while DG Times highlighted that tight DRAM supply is going to plague the industry well beyond 2027. Apple stock literally tanked 6% the day they announced that price hike. Are you actually running local models right now, or are you still relying on cloud subs? Let me know down below, because I want to see how many of you are actually pushing this hardware. Because here's where the rumors get absolutely insane. Mark Gurman just dropped a bomb reporting that Apple is skipping the M6 Pro, M6 Max, and M6 Ultra entirely. They are fast-tracking straight to the M7 generation. According to Gurman and a few corroborating whispers from Shrimp Apple Pro, the M7 Ultra is targeting 1.5 terabytes of unified memory. I'll believe it when I see it, but if that is real, Apple is trying to take on NVIDIA's Blackwell architecture directly. And you don't even have to wait that long to feel buyer's remorse. The M5 Mac Mini is heavily rumored to drop this October or November. The base M5 chip is already floating around in the supply chain, and Mac recently spotted MLX backend updates specifically optimized for the M5 Max. They are seeing up to a 93% jump in token decode speeds. If those efficiency gains trickle down to the M5 Mini, buying an M4 Pro right now might be the worst tech decision you make all year. Would you drop over $2,000 on an M4 Pro today, knowing the M5 is right around the corner? To make matters worse, Apple's internal AI software team is reportedly bleeding talent. Over a dozen top AI researchers recently left Cupertino for Anthropic, including the guy who co-created the MLX framework that makes Apple Silicon so good for local inference in the first place. Add the fact that Apple is licensing Google Gemini to power the high-end Siri features because Anthropic wanted too much money, and you have to wonder how fragile their software advantage really is. So here is the honest truth. If you need a silent, always-on inference box today for 30 billion parameter models, buy the M4 Pro Mac Mini. It is the cleanest, most energy-efficient daily driver out there. But if you care about speed and you aren't in a rush, wait the 90 days for the M5. And if you need to run massive 70 billion parameter models, skip the Mini entirely and buy an M4 Max or build a dedicated AMD rig. Apple makes beautiful hardware, but the silicon landscape is moving way too fast to buy the wrong machine.